The PGA Merchandise Show arose from the parking lot of the Dunedin Golf Club in Tampa Bay, Florida in 1954. 7 decades later, it occupies just a little more space at the Orange County Convention Center in Orlando. It uses over 1 million square feet to promote and sell every aspect of golf. It is the golf industry's largest and most influential business event. So what are the trends? The innovations? Golf seems to be booming, and we'll look at the trends. Golf going indoors in so many ways. Artificial intelligence, just another marketing tweak or a real promise in revolutionizing the sport. NIL, shaking up and shaking down collegiate football and basketball. Will it take college golf down a dark road? So welcome to this year's report from the aisles of the PGA Merchandise Show. Still alive in 25.
You think of golf as an outdoor game, and here at Demo Day in Orlando, the manufacturers want to show their products off, but right now it's kind of cold and chilly and damp. Well, maybe that's why golf's starting to look a little more to the inside.
At last year's PGA Show, I interviewed one of the founders of Shark Tank on how golf is using artificial intelligence. The answer, mostly for marketing hype. But it is making some major advances, although much of it is behind the scenes.
If you looked at indoor golf simulation 20 years ago, everybody was questioning it. Is the data real? Is it close? Is it accurate? Well, 20 years ago, we didn't have 4K. We didn't have high definition television. So technology has shifted so far that now you have a full immersive, realistic experience, and the data capture is phenomenal. We're using AI in 2 different ways. One is with our performance training. So with our high-speed cameras, we will body scan, use AI to look at 8 specific positions in the golf swing by 2 different angles and give you a simple score out of 100. And within each step, if you fail it, it will show you what parameters your body was in the wrong positions with slight corrective illustrations. Let's just say your stance. You're too wide, you're too narrow. Well, the system will auto-telestrate for you, show you your stance, and then when you're making a golf swing, let's say you're swaying, you can see that. Those are positions that are easily correctable by visualizing it. The second way we're using AI is in the launch monitors. We want to be able to detect the ball with the most level of accuracy and also the club. So using high-speed cameras, we can capture those objects, but golf clubs come in different sizes. So AI will help us recognize the object, find the center of mass, and exactly pinpoint the position of the club face in the path. So I want to work on my golf game. I only have access to my golf teacher so many hours a week, and I may practice in hours that they're not working. So I can get into my system, hit shots casually, let the camera scan my body, and improve on those areas of weakness. It's easier to learn the game in a simulator, because when you miss a shot in a simulator, it only goes 10 feet and then it goes away. So your confidence level and your ability to learn the game and have fun is significantly easier indoors.
Tracking the development of indoor golf and simulators for over 2 decades is a leading researcher who analyzes trends and technology for the golf industry. Mr. Stuart Lindsay. Stuart, how did you track this?
Well, we started with a client that came to us that wanted to create an indoor golf facility in Texas. And in those days, there weren't very many indoor facilities in the U.S., and since then, it's just grown exponentially.
Where were the trends over time, and where was the growth getting us up to where we are today?
Topgolf was a prime driver of this. The use of launch monitors, both in a simulator, significantly more golf cafe type things.
Are most American golfers aware of the extent of simulator use worldwide? Because I think you mentioned to me that it's much more prevalent, and why is that?
The largest simulator vendor in the world is Golf Zone, which is from South Korea. They operate about almost 10,000 individual ranges, whether it's Top Tracer or TrackMan, on their existing ranges.
Overseas, Korea, they don't have the space we have here. We've got more than enough land still. Is that a limiter, or are there trends that are still driving more and more simulated type of growth right here in the U.S.?
And the geographical dispersion of indoor golf is primarily in seasonal areas, basically off-season and after dark.
Is it somewhat economic too, in the sense that you can simulate play on courses that you might not want to pay the green fees that you would be paying to play in real life?
Sure, I mean, there's part of that. People 20 to 40, they were brought up in a digital gaming world. They've embraced digital golf as an enhancement to them learning the game. They get instantaneous digital feedback on whether that tweak to their swing worked or didn't work.
Where do you see the future?
Well, I think you'll continue to see these things grow. We believe that there will be some disruptive technology coming along that's going to greatly reduce the cost of launch monitors. We look at digital golf as a very complementary to green grass golf.
24 of the best players in the world. No, the universe. In a first-of-its-kind arena. More Tiger, more Rory, more everybody.
They introduced TGL Golf. There's been a lot of interest, but also a lot of controversy on the technological side and on the personal side. What's your reaction to it? You like it or not?
I think it's boring. I'm sure they're going to try to tweak it. But by and large, the feedback I get is that there's not a whole lot of there.
NIL. Name, image, and likeness is changing college athletics, turning student athletes into professionals with schools competing for their services. College golfers now have a way to play their way onto the PGA Tour, but with NIL, they won't have to wait for the money to roll in while trying. At Demo Day, Stacy Lewis was part of a special session on women's golf. As a former NCAA champion at the University of Arkansas, academic Hall of Fame honoree, and Solheim Cup captain, Stacy also volunteers as coach for the Razorbacks women's golf team. I asked for her view on how NIL might impact collegiate golf.
NIL deals, I think, are taking college sports in the wrong direction. NIL is already in golf, and you're seeing it in amateurs that go play in professional events. They have logos and things all over them there, and I actually don't mind it for golf. It's giving these kids some money in the bank to help start their professional careers.
Have you had any inkling of students being pressured or shopping for the best deal in golf as opposed to just wanting to play for a certain college?
You're going to have some coaches that are going to want those players, that are going to find them the deals and want the players, but then you have others that are going to say, I want the players that want to be here because they want to get better at golf. I think one positive side effect that kids will stay in school longer, having the education to fall back on when there is an injury, when the career is cut short at 25, what are you going to do next? Your top college players can potentially probably make more money as a college senior than they would in their rookie year on the LPGA.
The new product zone is supposed to showcase great new innovations. Sadly, most are just tweaks to things that have just stood the test of time. But a couple caught my eye, and one even uses AI.
I am very excited to show you our new product, Euphoria. This is a golf bag that is literally turned inside out. And because it's a hard case, we can't call that a golf bag anymore. It's now a golf trunk. Instead of using all the middle bit with the rattling clubs, we have a system in place where you just pull the clubs out on the side. So you don't have to strain your shoulder anymore, and your clubs stay organized, and you can see them right away what you need. You have a scorecard holder, you have additional space here, and the best bit is the ring cage. Look at how much space you got here. You even have a jewelry drawer if you want to play without the ring, or you put place the watch inside. The most loved feature we have discovered on this trade show is the Green Mate. This is a unit that attaches from Euphoria, and you can take this to the green. The Green Mate stands on its own, is upright, so your clubs remain dry and you will not forget them anymore. Euphoria is completely produced in New Zealand. We are firm mark approved and very proud of that.
After a hard day of work, I like to take a walk with my dog. It's interesting to see how she understands me. Hey, come to me, stop, sit. Now, imagine that we can do the same with a robot. Hey, Ixie, come to me. We developed the first self-driving autonomous golf trolley that will help the golfers on the course like caddy professional does. That is giving advices to the golfer. Ixie is a digital caddy. This year it is a prototype. If you like it, next year it can be yours.
While these products do have steep price points and may be looked on as just toys for the very rich, almost all advances are expensive, but over time, their costs have come down. And this drives the market, just like Tesla. As the technology evolves, new models were offered at lower price points. That's the way the market works.
Other than the love of the game, the endless pursuit of perfection, the dream of finding that magic elixir for getting better, just as the game went from feathers to gutta percha to bolata and polymers, golfers will adapt. So don't be too surprised when someone invites you to play a round of golf inside. I'm J.B. McWilliams.